If Jesus actually gave sight to the blind, why do so many who speak his name have such a hard time seeing? Not metaphorically, not symbolically, I mean really seeing. Seeing the person in front of them, seeing the fear behind the anger, seeing the hunger before the judgment, seeing the human before the label. If Jesus actually walked on water, why do so many refuse to step out at all? Why is it easier to stand safely on the shore, arms crossed, voices raised, pointing fingers at anyone who sinks? Why is faith so often used as a railing to lean on instead of a risk to be taken? Because following is dangerous. It requires balance. It requires humility. And sometimes it means getting wet in front of people who are watching and waiting for you to fail. If Jesus actually fed the 5,000, why does feeding one feel like too much? Why does compassion suddenly need paperwork? Why does mercy require conditions? Why does welcome come with an expiration date? Why is the first instinct to turn people away, to harden borders, to close doors, to say not here, not now, not you? As if hunger has a nationality, as if suffering needs permission, as if kindness is something we might run out of if we give it too freely. If Jesus actually raised the dead back to life, why are so many so comfortable wishing death, harm, or suffering on people who think a little differently? Why is cruelty justified as conviction? Why is violence excused as righteousness? Why is dehumanization framed as truth-telling? If life was sacred then, why is it negotiable now? And if Jesus actually did everything written in the Gospels, then why don't we even try to do those things too? Why does belief stop at agreement instead of moving into action? Why does faith end at slogans, at symbols, at posts and profiles and performance? Why is holiness measured by who is excluded instead of who is lifted? Because somewhere along the way, following became posturing, service became branding, love became a talking point. And the teachings that were meant to unsettle us were softened, trimmed, and repackaged until they no longer cost us anything. This isn't an accusation. It's a grief. A quiet, heavy sadness for what could have been, and still might be if we chose courage over comfort, if we chose compassion, even when it's inconvenient, if we chose to see again. Because the hardest miracle has never been walking on water. It's learning how to love people the way we say we believe we're loved.